Hi, and welcome to AE Help's IELTS test preparation videos. This lesson and the materials you see are taken from aehelp.com. For lots more help with the academic IELTS, please visit us there and join our full course. Some individuals believe that the primary goal of universities should be to provide information and skills needed for future work. Others, however, feel that the main objective of universities is to give students access to knowledge for its own values, regardless if the information is useful for a job or not. What, in your opinion, should be the primary objective of university education? Give reasons for your answer and include any relevant examples from your own knowledge or experience. Write at least 250 words. You should spend about 40 minutes on this task. Continuing with body paragraph 1, remember from previous lessons that a body paragraph has a couple of important parts. First is the topic sentence. Then comes the explanation of that topic sentence. Then comes a specific example for the explanation in the topic sentence. And then between body paragraphs, there should be a connecting sentence as well. So based on the thesis, the topic of this body paragraph will be innovation as a result of giving students access to information without thinking about its job applications. So that's what should be felt from the topic sentence. So let's start with that. Again, indent your 5 spaces. That's the convention. And then we begin. So the ability to think critically and come up with novel ideas is best fostered by providing choice for students. Okay, so this is my topic sentence. And it includes this idea that the ability to think critically, come up with novel ideas, that means the same as to be innovative. Again, remember, paraphrasing is very good to improve scores and to avoid wordiness. Is best fostered by providing choice for students. And providing choice, of course, means giving access to information and not just forcing them to learn one specific skill or idea which will be useful in some specific job in the future, because then they're not able to think outside the box or think in more broad terms. And we can state that. So that's already our explanation. So we can say that in the next sentence for the explanation. So when students are only taught one way to do tasks for a job, they cannot think outside the box. Okay, and then, so this is, of course, the negative explanation. So it's a good idea, especially if you're a quick writer, to give a positive explanation. So on the other hand, when learners are encouraged to look at multiple perspectives, they develop the ability to discover novel solutions. All right, so this is an explanation for what I said in the topic sentence. It's clear and it's direct. So now I want to give a specific example. Again, remember to stay on topic. Remember to keep thinking of that main idea, the primary goal of universities or the main objective of universities. So at some point your paragraph has to emphasize this idea again, just so that the reader knows that you're not lost and what you're saying is directly connected or related to the topic question. All right, so let's give an example that's very specific to this. When you're trying to come up with examples, think about an example that everybody knows or many people have heard about, because those are the most effective. Now, these days, one person who has become quite recognized in the world for their achievements is Steve Jobs, of course, who is the creator and CEO and so on, developer of Apple computers. And if any of you know his history a little bit, then you know that he went to university and he really just accessed knowledge for its own value without thinking about the future. And then he used those skills that he learned in university by accessing knowledge to become very creative, very innovative, and develop the Apple products and the Apple company. So that works as a very nice example of this opinion. All right, so we can start here. For example, Steve Jobs, the creator of Apple computers, learned knowledge in university for its own value and became a very innovative and successful individual. Okay, so this is the specific example. All right, and it's very, very important that you have this. The question asks you for this. So use examples from your own experience and your own knowledge. So you must give examples. To get a high score on IELTS Task 2, you need to include some specific examples. Again, remember, humans are very visual beings, and it's often examples that allow us to visualize and see clearly your opinion. So Here it's very important. Now, as a final sentence for the body 1 here, I can bring it back to the main idea and connect to the next paragraph. So something like this, just keep it simple. This is one of 2 reasons that universities must teach information or access to information without making job skills a primary goal. Okay, so basically I just go back to the question here. It sums up this body paragraph and it connects me to the next one because I use this is one of 2 reasons, which is a nice expression, and immediately it lets the reader know that in the next paragraph or next body paragraph you're going to give a second reason, which is going to be dynamic, and of course we get that from the thesis statement. So that's the end of body 1. Now let's write body 2. So beginning with the topic sentence, the second or another motivation or reason for universities to pursue pure knowledge. So another reason universities should pursue providing pure knowledge is to nurture students' ability to be dynamic. Okay, and of course, why? So the explanation. So here again, within each body paragraph, we're using critical thinking. The topic is the what, the explanation is the why, the example is the how. So why should students be dynamic? Well, as we all realize these days, we're in very, very rapidly changing societies, very fast changing societies, very rapidly changing jobs and employments, positions, careers. So it's very important that we can adapt and change quickly. So just simply state that. Today's world is rapidly changing. When a graduate is trained to perform specific skills, they are in danger of losing their job if those skills are obsolete. Obsolete meaning, of course, they're no longer needed. And we sadly hear about this all the time, where people lose their jobs after 20, 30 years because their skills are no longer needed. They're not able to adapt to a new workforce, to new types of computer software or machinery, so they become unemployable. So again, that's the negative side of the argument. Now go for the positive support for the argument after. So, however, when university graduates are dynamic, they can adapt to new careers because they have learned how to access information. Okay, so that's the positive support for that argument. And again, make sure that you give a good example to support this. Now again, if you're having trouble, close your eyes maybe. Try to think of specific individuals or specific jobs that are always changing, where people are often losing their employment, maybe in some kind of technical positions and so on. One that comes to mind for me is in government. So government is very rapidly changing, and often government workers who are only trained in one specific area become unemployable when that's replaced with some kind of administrative software or some other type of technology, so that their skills are no longer needed. So continuing on, for instance, government workers like my Uncle Jim often lose their jobs when administrative software replaces their position. Luckily, my uncle went to a good university, so he could adapt his skills for another profession, accounting. All right, so there's a good specific example. Now, honestly, I don't have an Uncle Jim. I just made this up. Again, remember, on the IELTS, it doesn't have to be the truth, or it doesn't have to be reality. You can make it up. The most important is that the example is clear and it directly supports your explanation. So that's what you want to focus on. Now, this is our body paragraph 2, so we don't need a connecting sentence here because the next and final paragraph is the conclusion, and you don't need to have a connecting sentence on the IELTS to your conclusion. So simply just finish your second body paragraph with your specific example and then on to the conclusion. The conclusion, the final paragraph of your task 2, has 3 important parts, and you should remember these from past lessons. One is a summary of your main points. So my main points, of course, were innovative and dynamic from body paragraph 1 and body paragraph 2. So you need one sentence, which is a summary of those. And then the second sentence is, again, the opinion. In this case, my opinion is that universities' main objective or primary goal is to give access to knowledge without necessarily considering the usefulness for future work. So I need to state that very clearly and loudly. And then, of course, my last sentence of the conclusion should be some kind of a useful message that the reader can take home, and something that will give the reader value in the writing. So again, I indent 5 spaces and then I begin. So again, on the IELTS, they like to see the phrase "in conclusion." So I'm going to start with "in conclusion." The ability to be innovative and dynamic are key characteristics of successful people. Therefore, I strongly believe that teaching access to information must be at the heart of university education. This approach ensures that future graduates are able to conquer new challenges, and I'll finish there. So again, first sentence sums up the 2 points, innovative and dynamic. Second sentence paraphrases my opinion that universities should teach access to knowledge. And then a take-home message, because this way future graduates will be able to meet new challenges. They'll be able to conquer those new challenges. So that's the end of my essay. Now, if I have some time in the official exam, I should skim read from the beginning, especially if I thought one of my paragraphs were kind of difficult or I wasn't sure about it. I should definitely read and make sure that it is understandable, it is coherent. I should check for important spelling mistakes or grammar mistakes and correct those if I can. If I don't, no worries, be confident. When you practice these steps and follow these steps, you should be okay. Again, if you need help, be sure to go to our website and use the Task 1, Task 2 editing, proofreading services to get some feedback, some correction, and that will really help you to improve this skill. So that's the end of this example. Make sure to practice lots at home, and good luck. To see the rest of this writing video and for lots more help with the Task 1 and Task 2 of the writing section in the Academic IELTS, please visit us at www.aehelp.com and join our full course.